Neither do I. I often sit on the floor with them breathing down the back of my neck. This little girl, though, is the sweetest thing, and now she's back on camera, so she'll be real happy. Look at that little face.
She is such an amazing puppy. She really is.
Tell us about her personality, because she's very sweet.
She's sweet. She's fun. She loves other dogs. She loves children. She is doing very well in her house training, even though she peed on your carpet. I have to tell you,
it's okay.
At home, she goes right to the door. So
good girl.
She is crate trained.
Pie.
She is. Yes, you're so good.
She is, and she loves her foster mama.
Yeah,
she does.
Great.
And she's learning all kinds of nice tricks, like going to the door, which is really good.
Yes.
Has she learned sit and stay yet?
She hasn't learned sit. But let me tell you, she can run fast when you call her name.
I bet.
She just comes right to me.
And if there's food attached to the name?
Yeah, she loves food.
She's a food hound.
Yes.
I love it. Well, she gave me lots of kisses, and I really liked her because she approached us a little cautiously, but she didn't hesitate. You know, she just kind of came slowly, and then she laid down when she got up to me and just allowed me to give her a lot of attention and love. And she's not afraid of the guys in the room or the gals in the room.
No, she's not.
I like that, because a lot of dogs automatically veer away from tall people or, you know, a certain gender or whatever. And this little girl doesn't have any fear.
No. And that's the great thing about foster homes. You know, because these dogs get to live in homes with people, and most people have kids or they have other dogs. So these dogs are getting, you know, very well socialized. It's an amazing thing. So like earlier, like she said, if you can't, you know, donate, foster, if you can donate, that would be great. You know, volunteer your time.
Do something.
Yeah.
Even a couple of hours a week, an hour a week is a great contribution to some charity, because honest, all of you guys who are doing the dog rescues are working at full-time jobs, supporting your families. I mean, you and your significant other, your boyfriend, husband, whatever, it's your husband, right?
Yeah.
He's working all the time, supporting you and doing this job and supporting the dogs and helping you with the rescue. So you guys are just fantastic.
And we homeschool our kids.
Wow.
So we also just got a studio at Melwood Art Center. So
good.
Yeah, an art studio. So both of us are artists. So
what kind of medium?
He does painting and drawings, and I make jewelry, and I do mixed media.
Lovely.
And photography. It's Studio 132, so
good.
And we have dog stuff there too.
See, and if the money that you spend in Studio 132 is spent on Misfit Rescues, that's even better.
Oh yeah, it all trust me, it is.
We
go through a lot of dog food.
Well, let's just ask this question: what do you need? What can people who are listening contribute to Misfit Rescues, and how can we do it?
Dog food. You know, if they want to donate directly to the vet, they can do so by sending a check to Elk Creek.
Oh, Elk Creek.
Dr. Shelley. They're amazing.
Good.
Just, you know, write Misfit Rescue Team in there. Dog food and treats. You know, and cleaning supplies.
Do you have any particular brand you like?
You know, we feed a grain-free at my house.
Oh, good.
Because my dog has food allergies. But
yeah.
It's just so important. So we really do appreciate a good grain-free food. I like the salmon food.
Yeah.
It's really good for their coats.
Yes.
But, you know,
but a Feeder Supply or a PetSmart gift card would work just as well. And that way you can buy that food. And you said cleaning supplies. That is a key to keeping disease down in a kennel environment of any sort.
You know, bleach.
Yeah.
Which is terrible for the environment and us, but it really is the best thing. I mean, it kills parvo.
Kills everything.
It is the best thing you can use to clean with. So.
Absolutely. Well, Bridget, I'm so proud of you. Now, what should we do? Go to misfitrescueteam.org on the web. That's the first thing. Or how can we reach you by phone?
You can reach us by phone. It's 502-883-0271. That is our office phone.
883-0271. Misfitrescueteam.org, and ask about Honey Pie and her brother Huxley.
Huxley.
Cutest thing in the world, and any of the other dogs that are available. And you guys have a lot of your animals on Facebook, too.
We do. We have them all listed on our Facebook, and they're also on adoptapet.com.
Oh, good.
So you can go to Adopt-A-Pet and type in Misfit Rescue Team, and all of our dogs will pop up. And we have a couple that we've had for a while. Finn is one of them. He's an amazing dog.
What is he?
He's an American Bulldog mix.
Oh,
and he's
boy.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's big, but he looks like Petey from the Little Rascals.
Oh, how cute.
He's all white with a little patch on his eye.
I love that. So Finn needs a home.
He does, and he's a great dog.
American Bulldog. And who else has been there for a little while?
Bodie. Bodie's actually in Chicago with Ariane. So, but we've had Bo for a while. He's awesome too. He's very great with kids, other dogs, bigger dogs. He likes small dogs, but he's so used to playing with big dogs, you know.
Okay, well, I just have a little hint to tell you about this little girl because she likes being on your lap a lot.
She does.
And when she does get to 100 pounds like Brady, which she won't, she's still going to want to sit on your lap just like that.
I know, she will.
Because I have an arm-loaded dog. Whenever I sit on the couch, Brady wants to sit on my lap like he did when he was 5 pounds.
Yes, that's how mine are too.
That's what they say about early training has great results in later life.
At home, if we settle down at night to watch a movie, there's dogs they're just lay on me.
Thank God for you, Bridget Case of Misfit Rescue Team and misfitrescueteam.org. Just contact them directly at the telephone number. Give it again.
502-883-0271.
And come back in another month or so and let us know that she's been adopted, her brother's been adopted, Bodie and Finn have gone home.
Yeah.
And you have a nice nap, sweetheart, because she looks like she's ready to cuddle up and go to sleep.
And she rides really well in the car. So if you travel and you want a dog, even though she's going to be bigger, she's your girl.
I like that. Thanks for taking time to come in, Bridget.
Are you kidding me? Thank you for having me.
Great
I love
to have
coming
you.
in.
And check out the archive. And actually, just now, Kathy finally has found a picture of Shadow.
Oh, good.
That's not Shadow. There it is.
There he is. Oh, he's so handsome.
Isn't he beautiful? She said, think of Phantom of the Opera in a border collie.
She's right.
The split face, and what a beautiful dog. So that's Shadow that Anita Tyler and Shamrock Pets is trying to get a beautiful forever home because his owner died. And we don't want him to spend the rest of his life going from foster to foster and kennel to kennel. So thank you, Kathy, for your effort in researching Shadow. I appreciate it. And Bridget, have a good night.
Thank you so much.
Bye, sweetheart. Have a good one. Thank you so much for coming in. We want to thank our friends at Eternal Health Yoga who are going to be our next promotional effort. But Dave, will you give us a tune in the meantime?
Absolutely.
Go ahead. Dave Markham's music. Thank you.
What if everything I said came true? What if everything I read turned blue? Then I'd say that you were mine. I'd type you a blue letter as you read the lines, but make you feel better about me. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm tired of running things I can't catch. I'm trying to find things that make you smile. Understand I want it all, my dear. I might have to wait a while. Yeah, yeah. Might have to wait a while. What if everything I touched turned to you? Be surrounded by you, everything I do. Be together all the time. I type you a blue letter as you read the lines, but make you feel better about me. Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'm tired of running for things I can't catch. I'm trying to find the things that make you smile. Understand I want it all, my dear. I might have to wait a while. Yeah, yeah. I might have to wait a while.
Thank you, Dave Markham. We appreciate you. And thanks to the sponsorship of our fantastic Eternal Health Yoga right here on Frankfurt Avenue. And we'd like to give them just a few moments to talk about themselves because Eternal Health Yoga is where I love to go do yoga. Look at that great picture of Shelley Carpenter. You can be part of it too. Eternal Health Yoga at 3410 Frankfurt Avenue in Louisville's Crescent Hill is dedicated to sharing the joyful benefits of yoga with you. Teacher Training 200-hour program is certified with the National Yoga Alliance, and classes are offered 7 days a week by certified yoga instructors. Varied class packages available, including the introductory 30 days for $35. All levels welcome. EternalHealthYoga.com online and on Facebook, 502-424-3164. Celebrating 7 years of serving the Louisville, Southern Indiana community. Thank you to Eternal Health Yoga. Appreciate it. Michael Buckman rejoins us from the Nazareth home. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you for having me back. Appreciate it.
Well, I have to say that I got probably the nicest handwritten thank you note that I've ever received in my life after your last appearance, and that's just so rare. And I wanted to congratulate your parents on bringing you up.
They will be. Hopefully, they're listening right now.
I hope so,
Mom and
too.
Dad, I did listen to you guys.
Yes.
That's not the first time I heard that. I do like to handwrite all my notes. I have the worst handwriting ever.
I thought it was beautiful.
But it's just something I like to do. We're in a technology age where we're constantly doing, 40 characters and that's it. And I just like to take a moment, sit down, write out my note, and remember everything we talked about.
Well, thank you.
And obviously it worked because I'm back.
Yeah,
so.
That's right. We invited you back because you wrote a thank you note. The web address is nazhome.org if you're interested in finding out what's going on at Nazareth Home. And Michael, you have so many things going on. First of all, you guys are doing a whole lot right now in the community, especially with the Nazareth community. And by the way, a friend of mine works over at Nazareth Home.
Oh, really?
A long-time church friend of mine, and I think she's there just a day a week. So Mary Boyce.
Okay.
She's awesome, and has always been a part of my church community and a friend of mine. So when she saw me the other night, she mentioned that she was at Nazareth Home, and I said, "You must know Michael Buckman." She said, "Of course." So our 6 degrees of separation, never hesitate. Do you know Mary Boyce?
I don't.
How about you, Kathy? No, Kelly? Oh yeah, Kelly knows Mary Boyce. That's awesome. I love that. Winking. Art in Motion, Music and Memory, 2 of the great programs that you have going at Nazareth Home. Talk to us a bit about Art in Motion.
This past year's been really a year of first for Nazareth Home. We joined. We're the first nursing home in the world to be invited to be part of the International Working Group on Compassion.
Wow!
And we partner with Compassion Louisville.
Yes.
And it's an amazing group because I learned what we're doing throughout the community and in conversation with Mayor Fisher, you're always like, "Well, these people make fun of me when I talk about compassion," but it really brings a unique flavor for Louisville and what we do. Whether it's Misfit Dog Rescue, whether it's CASA, who'll be coming up next. Please bring back the Hobnobbers Ball. But
did you hear that, Sherry?
But there's so many wonderful organizations doing so many different things, and we're all looking at one another, going, "Well, this may work in my field." We're collaborating and we're not competing, and so that makes Louisville a very unique city.
Yeah, that's the key.
At Nazareth, we're doing a lot of things. We're doing the Compassionate Louisville work. We're doing the Art in Motion came out of Healing Arts, which was a program by the Kentucky Center for Performing Arts.
Yes.
And our staff kind of saw how great everything was going and how talented our elders are. And so now they paint and they do sculpting and they do different things. And my boss, Mary Haynes, I kind of commandeered a couple walls in the home and said, "I'm going to show the artwork like a gallery."
Good.
So I went to Nulu, visited some of the art galleries, and got some ideas on how they display local work. And I said, "Well, I'm going to do that with our elders." And so we're doing that right now. And
who's teaching? Who's teaching the art, the sculpting?
They're teaching themselves.
They're teaching themselves.
They learn from the healing art folks. We have musicians come in. We've had sculptors come in. We had different folks come in, and they kind of just picked it up on their own and doing. They are amazing staff. Prints off pictures, and they say, I want to paint a sunset, or I want to paint a stained glass window.
Wonderful.
And they can do these things, and despite their limitations with Parkinson's or dementia or Alzheimer's. And they're great. They're fun to look at. And I go up there and they're in their tie-dye smocks and they're just painting away.
Isn't that precious? I love that.
So it's a lot of fun.
Well, action over anxiety and movement and motion. Tell us about the music and memory.
So music
program.
and memory again is another first for Nazareth Home. We're the only home in Kentucky to partner with the Music and Memory Foundation out of New York. It's a nonprofit organization started by a gentleman by the name of Dan Cohen.
Okay.
He said, when I go into the nursing home, I want to bring my music. He's
Absolutely.
a Beatles fan. So he said, well, how can I do that? And of course, today everyone has a smartphone or an iPad or an iPod.
Sure.
So he kind of went around the country and Canada and various other places around the world and realized that this wasn't being done in the traditional nursing home.
Really?
So he started collecting iPods, used, brand new, and send them out to places and folks personalized playlists. It's not a one-size-fits-all iPod. It's
Whatever they want.
Whatever they want.
Cool.
If it's,
so we could have Dave Markham
yes,
record.
if it's Dave Markham to Frank Sinatra
I love it.
to any and a lot of our elders have different tastes. So my goal is for every one of our elders to have their own iPod, and we're well on our way. We're working with the community and receiving donations of iPods. And we also use iPads as well. So he trained our staff, and
Good.
we're now certified to do it. And we got a bunch of iPods in just last week, so we're getting everybody's playlist. We're talking with families. We're speaking with elders, and we're learning their music tastes. And it eliminates the anxiety of being in a nursing home.
Yes.
A lot of people fear what they don't know.
That's
so,
right.
Whether it's we all listen to music, whether it's in our car, on the internet,
Whistling, singing
yes,
to ourselves.
in the shower.
Yes.
We all belted out that tune. And with especially with folks with dementia and Alzheimer's, it makes a real difference because the disease does not take the rhythm part of your brain.
That's right.
And so when they hear music, it's a whole new world. It's brings them back to their senior prom or their first dance or their wedding. It does so many amazing things.
Well,
so.
my mom lives in a wonderful retirement community called St. George Village, and they have a group called the Villagers. And it's all members of St. George Village who get together and sing and play. And there's a wonderful piano player. And so they put on concerts. And she called me just before the show and she said, "Oh, Tara, I wish you could have heard the Villagers concert. It was so fantastic. I wish you could have just stayed one more day," because I was down there this weekend. And I said, well, I had to come home and do my radio show. However, the Villagers is a great example of how to make music and memory mix.
Yes.
Because so many of the people, I mean, they always say that if you have music in your life, you have much less a chance of developing dementia,
Correct.
Alzheimer's, and other brain diseases.
Yes.
And I think that's a key component in keeping that music, whether it's from the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s, in our lives. And another good reason to keep it in the schools, too.
Yes, exactly. And actually, we partnered this summer we ran we did a practice run, and we did it with the Governor's Scholars
Wonderful
from
idea.
Bellarmine University.
Yes.
And this all started by an email. This was not something I'd read about. There's a lot of literature out there, a lot of studies, a lot of books. And I knew about it, but didn't know about it.
Sure.
And so I got an email from a music professor from Central Michigan who is originally from Kentucky, and she said, "Look, I'm going to be working with kids in Louisville, the Governor's Scholars, and I'll do this music and memory thing."
Great.
So we started talking, told her we already use iPads, and she said, "I'm sold. We're coming."
Good.
So for 5 weeks, the Governor's Scholar kids came, did classes, lack for a better term, with the elders, and showed them how to use the technology, not to fear it.
Great idea.
Talked about music, and a lot of them had the same music interests.
I love it.
Talked about music histories. Some of our elders said, "Hey, I taught piano, or I taught violin, things that we didn't know." It really
Brought them out. Yeah.
And they got to be who they want to be. And so it was a lot of fun, and the kids were amazing. And before they left, they came and visited me one last time and gave us 4 brand new iPod shuffles.
Wow, that's
and
a
then
great gift.
during the 5 weeks of being with their peers, they went around and collected used iPods.
Great.
From their peers, and these kids were from all over Kentucky. They didn't have any ties to Nazareth Home, really didn't know anything about Nazareth
Sure.
Home. But when I spoke to them before they left, they loved it. They wanted to know more about music and memory and Alzheimer's,
And
it
you
really
can find
it
out
generated
more.
conversation.
Yes, you can find out more at nashome.org. And I want to quickly get to the Compassionate
Yes.
Aging Lecture Series before we go. Thursday, September the 19th, an elder law presentation by Misty Clark Van Treese of Kentucky Elder Law. Thursday, October 24th, Father Joe Mitchell is doing a spirituality and aging presentation. And then Thursday, November 1st, a wellness presentation by Dr. Pete Bucher.
Correct.
And that's fantastic. So 3 different angles for elder needs, and that is going to be at Nazareth Home. The presentations are all at 3:30 and last about an hour. They're free and open to the public. So go to nashome.org. I'm sure you've got it on your website.
Yes, we do.
And check it out. The Compassionate Aging Lecture Series, all very important information. And Michael, I appreciate you coming in to talk about Nazareth Home, enjoying the time with the puppies, enjoying Dave's beautiful music.
Well, Dave, I was in New Orleans this past week in Baton Rouge, and you would do very well on Bourbon Street.
Oh, I bet. I love it.
Yes.
Michael Buckman from Nazareth Home. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you. I
We
appreciate it.
Will you send Sherry in?
Yes,
From
I
Casa?
will.
Tell her to come on inside. And in the meantime, we want to have our wonderful Dave Markham give us another treat of music. What have you got for us this time?
I've got an old song from the Marks. I used to be in a band called the Marks.
I love it. Go for it. Dave Markham.
Oh, mama, I wish you well. I'm gonna kiss and tell, gonna kiss and tell. Oh, mama, I wish you well. I'm gonna kiss and tell. Yeah. Oh, mama, I wish you well. I'm gonna kiss and tell, gonna kiss and tell. Oh, mama, I wish you well. I'm gonna kiss and tell. Yeah. Don't matter to me when I think about the good times. Don't matter to me if it's rain after sunshine. Didn't matter to you, made me think of love was all fine. It mattered to me, I'm gonna beat you to the punchline. Oh mama, I wish you well, I'm gonna kiss and tell, gonna kiss and tell. Oh mama, I wish you well, I'm gonna kiss and tell. Oh mama, I wish you well, I'm gonna kiss and tell, gonna kiss and tell. Oh mama, I wish you well, I'm gonna kiss and tell. Leaving you is like a weight on my chest. I was tired of being your second best. I won't love, I'll settle for nothing less. I want you to know I tried my very best. Oh, mama, I wish you well. I'm gonna kiss and tell, gonna kiss and tell. Oh, mama, I wish you well. I'm gonna kiss and tell. Oh, mama, I wish you well. I'm gonna kiss and tell, gonna kiss and tell. Oh, mama, I wish you well. Gonna kiss and tell.
You wouldn't do that, would
No,
you?
never.
I didn't think so. You're a gentleman. Dave, that is wonderful music. Thank,
thank
you.
you.
Now tell me, how long have you been in the Louisville market playing music?
15 years now.
Amazing. And where were you before that?
Yeah, well, I grew up here, so.
Oh, so you were like
straight out of high school.
10.
I was in, I wish.
Where'd you go to high school?
Eastern High School.
Awesome. And Jim Dishman is one of your regular gigs, I guess.
Yeah, I play drums with him, but I'm also in an acoustic duo called The Nose.
The Nose.
N-O-E-S.
Oh, I love that. Will you come back and play with your acoustic duo?
Absolutely.
What's your partner's name?
Alex Tinch.
Okay, good. So Alex and Dave are going to return to Take It From Tara and do a duo. I love that. Sherry Christoph is with us from Casa. And you know what they always say? Somebody's always got to be last, but I think I saved the best for last.
Well, thank you so much. That is very kind of you to say.
I am so glad that you're here, and you've done such a fabulous job talking to me over the weeks that we have been discussing this appearance about what CASA actually does. It's CASA, it's Court-Appointed Special Advocates, and a lot of people don't understand that it serves a huge purpose in the courtroom, and I'd just like to give you a chance to talk about where the concept came from and what CASA does.
Okay. It started in 1977 out in Seattle, Washington, and it was started by a family court judge who said he was literally losing sleep at night, and it wasn't the big money cases that were keeping him up.
Right.
It was the cases involving kids.
I bet.
And he was afraid that maybe he knew how busy the lawyers were and how busy the social workers were, and he just felt that maybe there was some piece of information that he wasn't getting that would have allowed him to make a better decision for the children. And, he was losing sleep, and he thought, what can I do about this? And he came up with the concept, and I always think this man must feel so good because there are now over 900 CASA programs across the country.
Amazing.
With about 77,000 people advocating for kids.
Incredible. And the key thing there is when a child is in the courtroom, the lawyer, as you said, the social worker, overworked, may not have a parent figure, may not have a significant person in their lives, and someone's got to watch out for their best interests.
The squeaky wheel gets the oil.
Isn't that amazing?
And the judges that's how we get appointed. It's the judge's decision whether or not we get involved.
Yes.
And people go through a 30-hour training program, and they observe in family court for a couple of hours one morning and shadow a social worker on a home visit. And then they're paired with a supervisor. We don't, you go to court with somebody else. We help them to write their reports. But their job, it's like being a social worker, but it's one job, one case at a time. So they're visiting this child on a regular basis, talking to all the parties involved, gathering information, and giving a unique perspective to the judge. Again, this is somebody who doesn't have 25 cases, who can say, I've met with this child on a regular basis. I've talked to the therapist. I know about grandma. I've talked to mom. Somebody who really has the details and
amazing
can be there for the child and also be there for the court system.
So the CASA advocate basically deals with one child at a time.
One child or a sibling group,
as opposed
but one
to,
case.
Yeah, as one case at a time,
Right.
as opposed to 15 to 20 or 25
25 cases, right.
So the CASA does not get involved unless a judge requests it.
Right. Anybody can ask the judge. Maybe it's the mother, maybe it's a lawyer, maybe it's a therapist, but it's the judge's decision. Unfortunately, we could not take every case that we're appointed to.
I'm sure.
There's just too many.
How many volunteers do you have at this point, Sherry?
Well, last year we were able to serve 490 children with 178 volunteers.
That's incredible.
But it's a constant, trying to find
battle.
people who want to do this kind of work, because there are a lot of opportunities to give back to the community in Louisville without getting involved in something quite as intense.
Yeah.
Because this is really, you want to make a difference in a child's life, you come to CASA.
Well,
you're
that's the
speaking
key.
to the judge. This
That's
is
the
what I
key.
think.
How do you train to become a court-appointed special advocate? What's involved, and then what's the expectation of your time?
Okay. People fill out an application and they come in for a personal interview and they give us 3 personal references. And we tell people that when they are accepted into training, that does not necessarily mean that they are accepted as a volunteer, because
Sure.
we're still screening, and they're probably still screening. Maybe they don't want to do this after they find out what's involved. But it is a 30-hour training program. Once you get involved, it takes about 1 to 4 hours a week. When you have court, that would be more hours, but maybe one week you visit with the child for a half hour and that's all you do. Maybe
Yes.
another week you visit with the child and you have a meeting with the social worker and the therapist.
Okay.
So it really varies, but about 1 to 4 hours a week.
Okay. Well, that's a reasonable expectation for a volunteer commitment.
Yeah, and we also ask that people make a year-long commitment, because most of the cases last at least a year and a half. We want the volunteers to be involved with the children until, and the phrase we use is, permanency is achieved.
Yes.
That means the kids are either going back home to their parents, being placed with relatives, or being freed for adoption.
That's amazing.
But we're with them all the way until they get that permanency.
It's amazing that it takes a year to get a case about a child through the courts. I mean, how exhausting is that for the family? And
It is.
especially for the child, who probably doesn't really understand all the time what's going on. What's the average age of the kids that you guys advocate?
About 6 years of age. Most of our cases are chronic neglect, educational neglect, medical neglect, not enough food, not enough supervision, followed by physical abuse and sexual abuse. And sometimes you've got all 3 in there. Also, at least 80% of the cases are substance abuse issues.
By the parents.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's going to take some time. I mean, you can't expect people to just get clean overnight.
No.
But it's some really messy stuff. And a volunteer, because they have one case at a time, they have the energy and the time to put in to dig deeper, to maybe see if there are other relatives, or just to have that information that a social worker does not have time to get.
Absolutely incredible. Now, what I'd like to know is, are there other ways that you can help CASA without actually maybe taking a case? Let's just say your heart just breaks to the point that you can't get that closely involved. What else could we do to help court-appointed special advocates?
Well, you might want to be on one of our committees, our fundraising committees. On October 3rd, we've got a big fundraiser coming up. I know that, I think,
Good.
what's his name, Michael, before?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Michael Buckman.
But he mentioned Hobnobbers, which I'd really like to see us bring back too.
Yes.
But on October 3rd, it's the Best of St. James Preview Party Art Show.
Fun.
Benefiting CASA at the
Awesome.
Henry Clay Building. So come to our events, help us recruit more volunteers, maybe be on a special event committee.
Love that.
You know, money, we don't get any state funding. It's all
Yeah, how do you guys support yourselves?
donations, grants, special events. So
That's important.
yeah. We
No
always
state money.
need money. We always need places that we can find more people who will help kids in our community.
Well, let us know how we can help you with this October 3rd event.
Okay.
If you need an assistant to stand up and hold the signs that say "Give money," I'm there for
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
and,
good.
And I will create a promo, and we will run it in our community happenings on the Hill announcements.
Absolutely.
What
We'll
would that
do
do? Would that be helpful?
Yes, it would be.
We would love to.
certainly
And the
be
Henry
helpful.
Clay is such a spectacular venue.
know.
And
It's
I bet
great
you're going to
there.
Silver Spoons cater it too.
Yes, we are.
That's the greatest
So,
caterer in town. I
It
love
will be delicious. It will be fun. We'll have 40 artists there, and it's all to help hurting children.
That is so wonderful. Listen, I am so grateful that you were able to take the time to come in, explain CASA to us, and talk to us about the need, because the most important thing is to establish to someone what they can actually do. People always say, I want to help, but I don't know how. Mm-hmm. Well,
Or
now
that
they do.
phrase, it goes something like, I always thought somebody should do something, and then I realized I was somebody.
Yeah, it's
So,
you.
yeah.
So the address again is CasaRiverRegion.org. CasaRiverRegion.org. You want to give us the main number at CASA to call?
It's 595-4911.
Excellent. Sherry Christoph is the big wig down at CASA.
Not exactly, but
We'll just name you that. The
Okay.
Queen of CASA.
Thank you.
And we appreciate you taking time to come in and, as I said, share the good news of CASA. And if you want to get involved, it's a really simple process. It's about 30 hours of training, a 1 to 4 hour a week commitment on the average. And CASA's certainly looking forward to your support and help, whether you're in court or out of court, volunteering, being on a committee, whatever, making a contribution. Please do so. Can you stick around and talk to me after the show?
I can.
We got to catch up on all this other stuff.
Thank you, Tara.
Good to see you, Sherry
You too.
Christoph of CASA. Michael Buckman, I'm going to have you sing in just a moment. But first, I want to thank Maureen Bravo of Rodan and Fields for their sponsorship of Take It From Tara. Rodan and Fields is a skincare line that a lot of people have really gotten into. It's two dermatologists that have made some inroads into making us feel and look younger, I'm hoping. I'm hoping I can get a hold of some of this
Tell
stuff.
me where that stuff is.
Rodan and Fields, thanks for sponsoring our show. Rodan and Fields skincare consultants pride themselves on changing faces and changing lives on a daily basis. Two respected dermatologists, Dr. Katie Rodan and Dr. Kathy Fields, say that using their products is like visiting their office, but without the cost of seeing a dermatologist. At myrandf.com, you'll find helpful hints. Get a free skin analysis using the solution tool and discover Rodan and Fields' seasonal skincare recommendations. For more information, Maureen Bravo, 407-810-4665. Email maureen.ruii@gmail.com. Thank you to the Bravo team of Rodan and Fields. We appreciate your support. And Dave, we've got time for another, let's say, 3-minute song.
Okay.
What have you got for us? And I so appreciate you coming in, especially
thank
at the
you.
last minute. You were great.
Thanks for having me.
Looking forward to having you and your duet partner back.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, what are you
We
going to do for us this time?
It's called Heaven Bound.
I like that.
All right.
We're all going to be heaven bound tonight.
That's
Dave Markham, ladies and gentlemen, on Crescent Hill Radio.
I got hell in my rearview mirror, 'cause I'm heaven bound. I got hell in my rearview mirror, 'cause I'm heaven bound. Devil can't stand in my way, there's nowhere to be found. Devil can't stand in my way, 'cause I'm heaven bound. I got hell in my rearview mirror, 'cause I'm heaven bound. I got hell in my rearview mirror, 'cause I'm heaven bound. Jesus died and rose for me, I'll dance all around. His arms I'll always be, 'cause I'm heaven bound. 'Cause I got hell in my rearview mirror, 'cause I'm heaven bound. I got hell in my rearview mirror, 'cause I'm heaven bound. 'Cause I'm heaven bound. 'Cause I'm heaven bound. Heaven bound.
Dave Markham, Heaven Bound, fantastic. Will you play under for just a few seconds
Sure.
while I say some goodbyes? We want to thank all of our fabulous guests, Bridget Case and Misfit Rescues, Sherry Christoph of Court-Appointed Special Advocates, Mike Buckman from the Nazareth Home, Anita Tyler, who is finding a home for Shadow, and we're so grateful to her for doing that, and of course, the music of Dave Markham, who promises to return with his duet partner and give us another hour of fantastic music sometime, maybe next month on Take It From Tara. We want to also tell you that next week, Gilda's Club will be in the house talking about a wonderful project they have going. Terry Foster of the Louisville Youth Choir is going to be with us as well, and this is a fantastic organization of youth learning to sing together, play together, and be a great ambassador group for the city of Louisville, the Louisville Youth Choir. So glad to have them in. Life coach Laura Wagner is going to be joining us. Can't wait to hear from her and see what she has to say. Plus, the music of Joel Timothy. And we have a special surprise rescue coming in, so I'm not going to give you any more details, but you're going to absolutely love it. Make sure you check out our archives via our reinvented CrescentHillRadio.com website. You can also check out SoundCloud, Ustream, and YouTube, because we've got our shows on all of them. I will see you next Monday on Take It From Tara, 5 to 6 p.m. on Crescent Hill Radio. And whenever you need to know what's going on around town, don't forget to listen to Happenings on the Hill. They air several times a day, and we would love you to be a part of Crescent Hill Radio's fundraising effort for the new FM station that we're going to be having. We're expanding to FM. I know, that's great news, Sherry. It's going to mean a lot more people listening and a lot better opportunity for folks to hear the local and regional musicians that we feature exclusively right here on Crescent Hill Radio. So thanks so much for being with us tonight. Have a wonderful evening, a great rest of the week. We'll see you next Monday on Take It From Tara. Thanks again, Dave Markham. Appreciate you being with us, all the great guests. We'll talk to you soon. Tara Bassett out.
So much going on in this town. We're so lucky to have an expert around. But when you need advice on what's really going down, take it from Tara. With so many choices, it ain't easy. Get the bang for your buck, give your dollar a squeezy. The girl's got the answer, you better believe me. Take it from Tara. Take it from Tara. Take it from Tara. Take it from Tara.
Now here's a song from Planet Blues.
I hear what they're saying.